All right, so here we are. Welcome. Happy Sundays on the couch with Lisa and Kevin and Debbie and JJ at the end. And so I'm going to go in here to my starred questions. And so I know this is still kind of new for everyone. The scheduling on this so we're switching off channels every Sunday but we also offer something different on each of our couches, which I think is fun. And it just kind of keeps everything fresh, I think. And I think it meets more of the family's stuff that's going on, right? So we talk about dreams on Lisa's channel. We do personals on Kevin's channel, and then on my channel we do current topics. And so here we are on the couch. And at the end of our times together on each of our channels, we will be doing a prayer journey. So we welcome you towards the end, I'll give you the thumbs up on the when to start putting your prayer requests in. And then Tuta Speaks, JJ will lead us in the prayer journey as we put our intentions out there. So that's kind of what we're looking like on the couch. But I'm excited to jump in today. And so today is current topics. But we want to start out with talking to someone in our history that may bring us in some support here. So if you and some guidance and support that we would want to hear from someone in history. So if you have someone in mind that you'd like to look at, I would like to do that. So. We will. I should have thought of someone to begin with, but here we go.
No,
how are you guys doing?
Yeah.
How are you, Kevin?
I'm wonderful, thank you. Yeah,
Good.
been busy. I got up early Sunday. I love Sundays. The sun is shining here. We had to open up all the windows. It's chilly outside, but yeah, the sun is so bright that it warmed up the entire house. It was like 23 in the house. So yeah, super, super cozy. And yeah, up cleaning. We're building some stuff on our property, and oh my goodness, the dust and the cleaning and all of that ongoing. And we're like, we don't wait till the end. We kind of along during the process clean. So I was cleaning on Sunday morning.
There you go. That's kind of what I've been doing the last couple of days myself.
Okay.
As you can you probably y'all can't notice, but I switched it up a bit. Did some house cleaning in my actual office and organized everything, and so lots of dust. Just maneuvering books. So I went through all my books, and that alone does a lot of dust. I literally took out 2 huge boxes of books.
Wow.
But it's all good. Cleaning out is good.
Yeah.
So,
how are you, Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa, what's up over there?
I'm doing well, thank you. I have not cleaned today. I did live stream last night. Well, not late last night, but it was fun. Got to get in touch with the peeps and touch base and stuff. But I will be cleaning later. Saving mine for the end of the day. So.
Oh, I see what's
going on over here. Nothing exciting.
Okay, I see what's happening here with. Is Robert Kennedy still alive? If Robert Kennedy's still here, we'll do. Should we talk to Gandhi?
Sure.
All right.
JJ was pointing out that picture on your wall, and I was noticing it too. To your
yes, let me do something here. I'm gonna star this. Is that starred?
I think you unstarred it.
Starred. And yes, let's talk about this for a second. I'm actually going to pull it down a little bit because I can see that. Yeah. But I'll go ahead and do this so y'all can see it right now. That is so. JJ and I used to meet in my living room in San Diego when I lived there for a billion years, but before I moved. And we met in my living room every week. So y'all, I got to hang out with JJ. So what a blessing for me. This painting was a portal in that house, and we experienced a lot of things in and around and coming through and in and out of this painting. And so everywhere I've gone, it has been that portal. So, but before I moved, JJ and I worked, we and another friend of ours closed the portal. But I have it back up in here, and maybe we will open that portal back up, but be specific on who's coming in and out. I mean, it wasn't a bad thing. It's just that I don't know if I want that much activity here. So maybe we can address that. But yeah, that's the portal painting. And I actually, when I was in Northern Ireland, I took a picture of a stained glass window. It actually had been partially blown out. And so I had the picture that I took, but I filled it back in and I painted it.
Oh.
I mean, I painted it filled back in without being blown out, but that's an actual painting, picture from Northern Ireland.
Oh,
nice.
So that's the portal probably.
Yeah. It's interesting. As soon as I read it, my ears popped. And then they started ringing, and I started to see like the red clay and feeling into like Spanish, kind of like over the water. And then energy wise, I kept, and I don't know her last name, but Frida.
Oh yeah.
Frida Kahlo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got massively hot.
Yeah.
Just talking about it. So this is a lot of energy here. And so when we're ready to open it, we can. I'm sure we'll get a lot of assistance, but we just need to be specific.
I love that.
The intention. All right. So let's talk to Gandhi, and then we'll dive into questions, you guys. So go ahead and any current topic questions, go ahead and throw those in. And we'll dive into those.
I'm just gonna.
Okay. Gandhi. Interesting that Phoenix Rise Renee, you bring up Gandhi. I just was thinking about Gandhi this week, 3 days ago to be exact. And I don't know why. He's not someone on my mind or that I've studied. I don't know anything about him really, except what you would hear, you know.
I feel like that's really appropriate that you did, because I wrote down 3 things here. I wrote down
okay.
Activism, justice, and love.
There you go.
And I think that really coincides with a lot of what's going on right now with Tyree. And, I mean, we've been, running that topic into the ground, but just overall, just everything that's going on, a lot of uprising, a lot of balancing out the injustice going on and really trying to get to the root of what the problems are instead of being reactive to them, being proactive about it. I think Gandhi wants us to be more proactive about what's going on, but for things that are already spiraling out of control or cannot be reversed, it's the whole make your voice heard. and make the necessary moves to reach that justice and to support the activism and to remind everybody about love.
I just wrote that down as you were saying it.
Did you really?
I literally was writing Journey Back to Love. And as you said the word love, I literally was writing. I think I'm brought back to that conversation that you had, Debbie, on your channel. I think, Lisa, you were there, around our communication. And it's like this focus on our communication and the silence aspect. So really being in the silence was something that I feel he was just so, made it look so natural. Also acknowledging the awareness to the power of our voices. And sometimes that power comes from, yes, be in the self-expression and yes, be in the voice. But I think there's also that power in the silence that comes from opening up. Yes, our ears, our other senses. And in that, it brings us opportunity to be in kindness. So kindness is really just, I mean, and it overflows through the energy of Gandhi. And that journey back to love. And we're on our way to it. We're not there yet. And sometimes we just need that reminder from people that have walked this earthly path in the past. And so in that, he really is supporting us in this time. We have so much support. He makes me feel like we have more support than ever from the spirit world. And it's like, oh, that's so curious. He's showing me the veil, and we've spoken that the veil is thinning and the veil is thinning. And it's almost like this illusion that it's actually always really been that thin. And our awareness and the raise in consciousness makes it look like it is thinning. And it's not to say that it isn't, but it's more of our attention. And so in that, it's the journey back to love. Oh, so good.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, so good.
Beautiful. He's also adding here, when you choose to come, there is always a layered purpose why you come. And one of the aspects of what they look at on the other side before returning is what they are going to do to help help in stepping into that love and light, or shift in consciousness of the world. What are you going to do to positively change the world, the globe? Whether it's being like what's her name? The girl who does the focuses on the earth. What's her name? Greta?
Greta, yeah.
Yeah. So whether you're being like a Greta or a Gandhi, he says, or whatever, whatever it is for you, even if it's just putting together a little 2 or 3 people going and doing beach cleanup. What is it that you focusing on? What we all have it. He says that is one of the things on the list is your part in the whole, the consciousness and a positive change. Now he wants me to fill this in a little more for us. He says sometimes your part doesn't look very pretty. And he says you guys often talk about your ex-president, he says in what I call 45. That was the part he is playing. But as you notice, it looks and feels yucky, but it's pushing the globe to a consciousness, a higher consciousness, his role that he played. So those roles that we play don't always look like Greta or Gandhi or, those people. Sometimes they chose that harder path to push people into higher consciousness. So what is he's asking the question, what is your purpose? He says, we have this opportunity now. He says, you all have this opportunity now because of that thinner veil, that we can realize and understand what it is that we came to offer a more positive ripple. He says, step into it, believe it, feel it. You already know what it is. However, we forget coming in and we find our way to it. But he says we have a better opportunity or a stronger opportunity because of the thinner veil to remember. Yeah.
It's so perfect, Debbie, because before you started talking, so it's so interesting that you mentioned Greta, because he spoke about the children and that connection with the children. He says that we need to be walking with them. We need to really, when we're looking at our communication and the words we use to talk about the youth, we really need to be powerful in how we're speaking that, because it's like, he wants us to bridge. It's like the energy of bridging that together in the movement. We need the younger generation, we need the older generation, and every generation in between to be in that movement. So all the chills.
And so he's saying he knew his purpose. He knew his part in that conscious, bringing the global to a higher conscious awareness. He knew his role from very early. I feel like he knew it his whole life. Like he came in not forgetting what it was. And he started from very early going in that direction. He loves Greta. He helps Greta, he says. He's one of her, he surrounds her. He helps her. He's one of the team on her side.
Is she planning to do like this, like cross-country walk? I keep being shown like people in this walk.
Greta?
It's the younger people. And there's a mix of generations in it, but led by the younger generation in this like walk. And I don't know if it's literal or like metaphorically, but they're like walking the land, they're walking the distance together. And it's like this accumulation of energy and awareness.
I could see how she, currently she kind of goes to different spots and they do little
demonstrations.
Thank you. The word demonstration. So, but I can see how, wow, write that down, everyone. Kevin just saw it.
Yeah, they're going to go on a walk. All the chills.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, so thank you. Wow, I feel very honored.
So great. And that's so true. Secondhand news with Jill says those chills are called truth bumps. I love that.
Truth bumps. Yes, I love it. Truth bumps.
So good.
All right.
And someone was asking what types of questions we're doing today.
Oh, so it is current global topics. So anything current, anything, around the globe-ish. We also take spiritual questions too on all of our channels. That's something that flows throughout every week. So yes, Annie, this is a big deal. And I'm glad you brought this up because a lot of us, I feel like this is universal.
Yeah.
We need to stop comparing ourselves to anyone else because that's what happens. And then we never step into awareness of what we came to change or to bring a higher consciousness to, or help in with the movement of wherever that fits you. So it can be literally sitting in your home and writing just little "I'm thinking about you" notes to people. That puts a ripple out that you can't even imagine. And so it could be it could be that beautiful movement. So it doesn't have to be big like Greta. It doesn't have to be big like Gandhi. But know that we all have that. We all have something we came in to push the consciousness. I mean, to awareness.
It's all energy and it's all movement.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to whatever degree.
But good point there. We are all unique and play our special part here, Suzanne says. Yeah, 100%. All right. So beautiful. I love that.
Good start. Love it.
Okay.
When spirit comes in sometimes, I don't know if you can relate to this, Debbie, Lisa, and anyone in the chat, where it's like, it just feels like your body goes like kind of mushy. It's just, I don't mean heavy in a negative way whatsoever, the opposite, but it's just like in the fullness of it, it just really I forget that I'm human. I forget where like the starts of my fingertips go or end or, and in it, it's just a real wonderful place to be in. Oh.
It is.
For me, it's kind of daydreamy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's just kind of like there's no time or space, just kind of.
Yeah.
That's a really good way to describe it. Yeah. Daydreaming.
Yeah.
All right. Roxanne, hello. Roxanne's question is, what specific technology is not nuclear were the ETs that visited the Ariel school children in Zimbabwe, South Africa in 1994? What were they warning us about? Electromagnetic waves? AI? Okay, so we're all reading this cold because we have no idea anything about this. But
I love that you knew that was cold for all of us.
Oh,
call her psychic.
I am psychic.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Could you tell by the tilted heads?
And the timing of that was 22:22.
Oh wow! Okay,
love it.
And the energy of the children on the heels of just that previous energy.
Right, the children.
Yeah. This is cold for me. What specific technology? There's a few questions in this for me, so I just need to be in understanding. What is the question is being asked is what technology were they visiting? Okay, what technology? Okay, it's interesting.
What were they warning us about?
Okay, so I'm looking into the warning. I'm not clear on. This was reported by the BBC and all over the world. It's a beautiful experience. Can see a documentary on YouTube. Okay, Roxanne, I'm going to look that up. But first, let's find out a little. Let's do this cold reading since we don't. I'm actually cold. Well, it is snowing here, y'all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Molecules. Molecular.
I almost feel it wasn't. I almost feel more about the planet itself, the actual planet itself. Was it about it?
I don't know if I'm just pulling terms out of nowhere. I wrote down fusion, splicing, and configuration.
Okay. Ooh.
Well, that's interesting because I got the molecular magnetic, and then hydro.
Okay.
Different forms of, This one's I think this is very layered. It does not feel simple. I think there's 10 questions in there, different directions. I get into the feeling of warning. It's not like red alert. It's like So I don't even know if there was like warning in it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling from it. What I feel was like this gathering and commitment to the earth, to the planet, but they're also showing me like solar system. So moon, the other planets. And it's like, I keep hearing going the distance. So in it, I feel like it was another layer of the collection of data, if you will, but it feels supportive. So yeah,
Yes.
feels very supportive.
Yep. I think, yeah. So I'm right on there with that. They're kind of. I also feel like it was special because the energy exchange there. The kids. It was 1994, so they're all adults now. I'd be curious to know where they're at. I feel like it really shifted their frequency level to really help with making this change. I don't feel like it was a mistake that they were chosen for this energy exchange. We need to literally, I think a lot of it, we need to get off it's time to get off our asses and stop stop our addictions to what the earth is providing us. The gases and the digging down and all the stuff we take. That's not sustainable. You're just going to keep on fracking the earth to get what you need. It's not sustainable. So they're bringing the messages they were bringing in was, okay, we need to take a new direction, a new action here. But they came in love and with a message of love there. And so taking that action for our future, okay. And if we don't, this is what we suffer. Okay. But if we do, this is what we get.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I'm getting huge validation from all the cards that you just used there with the rabbit and being the year of the rabbit.
Oh my gosh.
It is that focus. So they're just validating that part of it, that yes, that it actually is connected. It is very much connected to the now, the present moment. And that layer of the rabbit was that validation. Wow. So whatever Debbie said.
Whatever she said.
Totally.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I've just got a couple of cards here. I got the Prince of Wands. It's the journalist. I think this is just the message throughout the years. We're talking 1994 here to the current situation. Kevin had mentioned the moon. I actually drew the sun. But when you look at the card, there is a child there.
And he said solar too. So solar.
Okay. Well, then you got that too. And then I also got interference, which is the 8 of Swords. And I got the Hermit card. So I think this is the detriment. Like this is what, if we're not following what we need to be following, we're not back to listening, that kind of stuff. It's really going to lead to a lot of loss, solitude, passing up a lot of opportunities to grow instead of the opposite. So,
wow. Okay. Well, Roxanne, thank you for that question.
Yeah, great question. I can't drop this one. The bronzite. I kept hearing bronzite, and I don't know. I imagine it's bronze, but there's something connected to bronzite. The energy of that rock or crystal. If anyone in the chat knows bronzite,
well, this just popped in my head. I don't know if it has anything to do with it. When I think of bronze, I think of just the color bronze, like copper. That conductivity.
Yeah,
copper.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe that's what you're hitting on.
There was also something called the Bronze Age, wasn't there?
Oh, it was the Bronze Age, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, that when you said that, I heard Bronze Age.
Okay, interesting, Debbie. Yeah.
I'm gonna pause here and look that up. Sorry, guys. This is
Okay,
too interesting. Too interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Age. Okay, the Bronze Age. Okay, definition. A prehistoric period that followed the Stone Age and preceded the Iron Age, when certain weapons and tools came to be made of bronze rather than stone. However, from 3300 BC to 12 BC, there was a big collapse. It was sudden. Okay, interesting, and it threw the world into the Dark Ages.
Oh, interesting. Hey, wow.
Yeah. So that's where the warning comes in.
Yeah. And then in the stone, they're saying it helps alleviate the nervous system. It's supportive to the nervous system when we're engaging in new situations. So that's interesting that both. Oh, cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. I'm going to get me some bronzite. I'm writing that down.
Yeah. So interesting.
And then the Bronze Age.
All right. Bronzite assists in removing that inner hesitation that is constantly holding us back from what we truly want to do in this world.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah. Also into the, there's an aspect there, they're saying connected to the comparison, how we're comparing. So supportive in that as well. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whew. Layers and layers. Yeah. Harmonizing, harmony, self-assertion. Okay. I'll take that over the Bronze Age thing I heard. But I feel like that was the other part.
Yeah, there is.
That's the back of the coin, right? Yeah. So we have two sides of the coin, heads and tails, right? So, yeah. All right. Thank you. All right. I knew there was something important with that. I wanted to pause.
Sunny.
The stone of doing, and pushes us to be active and engage in activities, get-togethers, and social gatherings.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
We need to stop hermiting up. It's time to stop being a hermit.
Yeah, it plays into the walk, that movement, the energy, the youth. It's all like it's all sewn. It's all woven.
And also my Four of Swords. It's time to come out.
Yeah,
it's time. We've had enough of that healing time. We need to stop holding up.
Yeah. Also encourages you to spread your positivity throughout the community and the ones closest to you. And its energies radiates through you so that you may channel these. Wow.
Yes.
Powerful stone.
Bronzite. I need to get some of that. I need to get me some of that.
I'm making my Christmas list.
Right. I'm making my Christmas list.
Totally.
Bronzite. Okay.
You get a bronzite.
But, I mean, that's a good message. Community. Here, we have community here, and we meet every Sunday together, and this is community, and this is. But we also need to, and I don't know about you guys, but as an introvert, I enjoy my alone. You know what I mean? I have to prepare myself,
recharge,
and I have to be intentional about community, physical community, right? Where you're getting together with people, with people in, next to you, not just online. I have to be intentional about that. And I feel like a lot of us are like this in this family. But I need to get some bronzite.
Yeah, same.
So let's do that. Let's do community. Let's get out there. Get back and connect with humanity. Nancy, I like being a hermit too. When COVID hit and we had to be all housed and not go outside, I was the happiest girl. I wasn't happy about COVID and people getting sick and dying. I was, however, enjoying the hermit part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pamela, for sure. All right. So here we go. We're moving into some new energy here. Sunny, hi. And she's asking, will Biden's speech at the State of the Union be bullied by Republicans? And I think Sunny's laughing because she knows that's not even a psychic a question.
Yeah.
But let's see what's going to happen. Let's see maybe what kind of narrative the GOP is going to use. The Republicans are going to use against him. What kind of what's their narrative going to be against him? And what? Oh, I'm going to use these guys. All right. Oh yeah, Rose Blue says last year Bobert and MTG acted like howler monkeys. Rose Blue, that is hilarious. That's a good way to put that. And I can picture them clearly from last year. They totally were heckling him. But they're not friends anymore, so I don't see that. But I do feel I do feel that they're going to play up his age. What else? I think also I feel like Biden's not holding back on some of the truth in regards to what the GOP is doing to stop any progress happening and real progress, real bills, real initiatives, real things they want to get done. And I feel like he's not going to hold back on that. And so I feel like what I'm seeing here is, he may use some language, or how he like you think that presidents need to be eloquent and so forth about all the parties and everybody, but he's gonna hold the line on some of the things the GOP is doing. I think he's going to call it out, and the GOP is going to go, how rude and mean he is. Something, the energy around that, something energy in regards to that. I'm sensing that. I can't be specific here, but there's some energy in regards to that.
I'm getting a lot of that vibe too. It's reminiscent of when he did that speech where he was pretty much telling the GOP enough.
Oh, okay.
I think he's going to, with the Seven of Pentacles, I think he's going to really build upon that kind of concept, letting everybody know that moving forward, there's going to be some kind of new direction, a rebirth of some sort, with the way that we're receiving information, the way we're interpreting what they are putting out there, maybe even hinting at some of the stuff that's been coming out, maybe bringing up the document stuff that's being found everywhere, that kind of thing. But I got the Two of Swords, I got the Four of Pentacles. So on the other end, talking about the bullying and all that, I don't know. I'm feeling like the Republicans are going to try to show a little restraint, just a little, while the speech is going on.
Oh, okay.
Everything's going to happen after. You're
Okay.
going to get the tweets. You're going to get is what I'm feeling. So I think during, of course, we can't see or hear everything. I'm sure there are little giggles or whatever probably going on in there, like in a class setting, little kids, that immaturity kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I think following the speech that there is going to be this little peppering of slams, but he is going to be standing firmly. He is going to take a stance, and that's where I'm back to that card. I think he's really plant his feet solidly on the ground.
Yeah. It's interesting. You had one of the cards had the crows in it, the raven, one or the other. They kept showing me like the Richter scale, and it was like the expectation is kind of the energy of, oh, it's going to go off the Richter scale, but it's just like what I drew was like it was just really from the energy of the Republican side, if you will, is disappointment. And so the cards, I think, just really confirm this. Rose Blue, I think, said, oh, they're acting like they're 15. I pulled the number 15 card. There will be that
some distraction.
Yeah. And then a bit of exposed, there will be that exposed. But what's really great is, and this is the energy of, Biden and the Democratic Party is that anomaly, and in it, the community, which seems to be a theme today, and then the waterproof in it. So it's just like, water off
the back.
Yeah. So it's
just going to roll right off. Yeah.
Yeah. A bit anticlimactic.
And I have, here's the energy of Biden, but I also feel this is something that's going to be prominent in his speech, in his State of the Union. And you have the Justice card. And Ida Wells is on this Justice card.
Oh.
And I don't think that's a mistake. So I feel like there's going to be a theme in regards to the balance of human rights. I think that's going to be a theme in here, in part of his. But he also is bringing in. He wants he wants also to balance. He wants bipartisan involvement, and so we might hear a little bit of that as well. But again, he is going to stand firm in his truth, at bringing truth. You have Keeper of the Swords there, and then you have Eight of Cups. So he's to me, when I saw that Eight of Cups, I'm wondering if he's kind of going out on a limb on some things in standing in this truth, right? I don't know, but we'll see. But I do see some of that distraction or trying to create chaos and stress and kind of turn the narrative a little bit going on with the Nine of Swords there and then the Two of Pentacles. But the outcome, and here he is. I always get the cups for him, the King of Cups. In this deck, it's the Keeper of Cups. And we have Eleanor Roosevelt, so I love that. Coming in for the Keeper of Cups and representing Biden. So I think that's great. And then you have the Three of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. So I think it's going to be a good outcome altogether. Mm-hmm. And people coming together and the Wheel of Fortune. And it's upright, which I like. So that's what I'm seeing.
Awesome. Lots of synchronicities today. Gina M just joined in. She said, I'm watching Stargate with Kurt Russell and the mention of 1994 again.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really curious to me.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if we need to visit the year of 1994.
It's funny you say that because I was going to start Googling it earlier. And the other thing was when we were talking about bringing in people, what I heard was Eleanor Roosevelt. You just said her name again. Lots of.
So Chris got me this deck.
Okay.
And I am not joking. Every time I use this deck, Eleanor comes out. And before, Eleanor kept coming in to readings and stuff when we were doing and stuff like that. So I think she's very much present.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Eleanor. I love Eleanor. Okay.
Thanks for your question.
Yay, what do we have next? Debo, I saw this question the other day. We didn't get to it. Will actor Julian Sands be found? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know he was missing.
Do you have his picture, Debbie?
Yeah, I have it right here. I'm gonna.
I don't know who this is.
So, let's see images. I feel like would he have been in like Harry? I don't know. I could be wrong. Harry Potter. I don't know. I'll get another one. So, because he does look familiar. He's a British actor, I guess.
Okay.
He was in Agatha Christie, so he would have been in all those. Yeah, he's pretty.
Oh yeah, you're using your pendulum. I'm curious.
I got a yes, but it's like in what condition, right?
Yeah. I mean, when I saw his picture, I did get a bit of a hit. Interesting.
Well, since y'all been talking, I've been doodling. This is new. I don't know what this is, but I drew this thing.
Oh, okay. That matches my card I pulled.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you pull?
Well, I heard that it's like my pendulum was a no. And I actually heard a no, but I asked another question around that. I do think that there will be a discovery, but it feels like his intention is that I don't want to be found. That's what
in a cave.
Yeah. And then I got and I think where this lines up is that isolation in that cave. And then I pulled the ghost card. And so, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Pamela said, "Lost in the mountains, rocks, see rocks. His energy is not on this earth."
That's so interesting. And I know, not to be too graphic, but a fly just came and I just had to shoot a fly, like a literal fly. And I'm gonna disconnect from that. Sorry.
Okay, so when he came in for me, right before y'all began, and I kind of wanted to get more of the story here with him, but he's literally sitting beside his body, so I feel like he's So, kind of waiting. He's just kind of sitting there looking at. He's kind of sitting next to his physical body, if that makes sense to you all. So I don't know a lot of time. What he's saying to me is, he's not in any. I feel like even if he hasn't passed yet, I feel like it's imminent. Because I'm trying to get more of the story here, and he's not taking me further than just showing me him sitting next to his body.
Yeah. Was he in trouble? Like some mischief?
He's an avid climber and is lost from a hiking adventure. I'm seeing him. I feel like there was a fall. From what I can see, there's a fall. I mean, so, but I do get the sense with what you were getting, Lisa, that this was something he loved. He wanted to get away. He loved being that hermit, like we were just talking about. He loved that part of adventure and kind of being on his own and doing all those like caving up or like that. I just don't know why he would have done this alone.
Mm-hmm. There's another layer to it.
Yeah, there is another layer here.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe he has passed. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's almost, Debbie, that into the feeling of him kind of watching him, that out of body, that out frame is the life review. You know what I mean?
Okay. So he's in life review. Okay, so that makes sense to that.
Yeah. And I hope we're wrong in this. I hope we're wrong. I hope they find him safe.
I do too. Course. We'll do that, but I did get the yes bump. Yeah. The yes bumps on that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, let's pray for his family, and for him, if he, and whatever he needs, whatever energy he needs from us, we will send him love and light wherever he is at in the process. But yes, lots of love and light. This is a tough one. Mm-hmm. He was a great actor.
Welcome, Bambi B. First time visiting.
Oh, Bambi, welcome.
Hi, baby.
Love having you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving into a different energy here. We have, hi, Core. Okay, I just got distracted by a name. Scooter Babe. I love it.
Oh, it's Suzanne.
Oh.
It's Suzanne Rich.
When she injured her ankle, she's been on a scooter. She changed her name to Scooter.
Oh, did she? That's a funny name.
That's funny. I love it. Ashley. Cute. Okay. Court. Is Brett Kavanaugh's wife, Ashley Estes Kavanaugh, an abused spouse? That's an interesting question. Okay.
Ashley.
Well, Core, I feel like there's layers to layers to abuse. I don't see her being physically abused, but I do have a sense of there's an enmeshment. I see like you're under a cloud, so you don't think clearly, and that's been built up over time, manipulated over time, and she's under this cloud where when you're under that, you can't fully get to your soul self or your truth. But when she does try, it comes out where she looks hysterical, and I hate that word, but so it makes her okay. So that means he's a bit of a sociopath, making you look like you're the crazy one.
I wrote down gaslight. Okay. I did say two-way street, but there's a power play. I don't think it's physical either. I think it's mental. Mm-hmm. I think that she is over it. I think there is some element of that. So that's where I think I'm getting the 2A street. I think she knows how to push his buttons as well.
Yeah.
But definite power struggle happening at home, I believe, is what I'm getting. But I think you totally picked up on my little gaslight writing down there.
Yeah.
The hysterical thing specifically, that's the whole thing. Oh, she's being unreasonable and hysterical. It's like, no, she's reacting because there's a reason to react. Probably.
I was instantly made aware of her dad, the energy of her dad, which is interesting. I got the yes card, and it kind of jumped out of the deck, and then I got the release, which is a really curious card around that surfacing of information. And I feel like in that, I got the perfect storm card. So really having the courage to step into life, and as she does that, I feel like into her energy, she will soar as she kind of puts her own self-interest first and foremost. So it feels, and I don't even know these people from Adam. So I feel like their energy is like this, him and her, like even just the one picture that I looked at, it's like their body language, the energy between the two of them is on the outward. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are divorced in a year. Yeah.
I just have 3 cards here. I got the victory card, the 6 of Wands. I'm taking that as a yes on the abuse thing. But I got the King of Coins. I got the Ace of Cups. So I think there is something with finances. One is, I don't know who has the leverage with the finances. You mentioned the father. I don't know if she comes from a prominent family, and maybe there's something there with that, or if he's the major breadwinner or something. But I'm seeing that Ace of Cups in reverse for sure. But a lot about love and money with these two being thrown in each other's face a little bit, little leverage, little something,
something. Yeah. Sunny says it's the Mr. I like beer guy. He's on the Supreme Court. He's a justice on the. So, but I do see for her that Ashley, the lights are coming on, and I feel like she's going to make a break. So, I got these 2 cards for her. The lights are coming on, and she's going to make a break. Or she wants to. That's what you got too, Lisa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's over it.
She's over it. She'll come out from underneath the clouds, but that's what it's been like. I love how Kevin can do these readings.
Not knowing a darn thing.
I mean, we do that a lot, though.
Yeah. Okay. Extra cold.
Okay. Let's see. We are at. I feel like we can. Okay. We're gonna. We have. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, should we do one more question and then step into the prayer time with JJ? All right, JJ, we're going to do one more question if you want to come on in. So I'm going to leave picking the question to you, Kevin, if you want to go in and look at the 2 questions left.
Sure.
And choose the one you like. I mean, they're both great questions, but choose the one you feel we should end on, I should say.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't read them both, but this one is what I was drawn to. Does AI pose a threat to humanity? It could be wonderful for people problem solving, or it could be extremely negative, especially without a connection to spirit. Feeling a bit concerned. Thank you. Great question, Grace. I was tuning into this yesterday.
And I'm going to bring JJ on screen for this question as well. You ready, JJ? Okay.
Hi, JJ.
Yay.
Hi.
Jay?
Do you have some of that stone in your bronzite? Do you have bronzite, JJ?
Not that I'm aware of,
Okay.
but it sounds like a good one to call in. You don't actually have to own the crystal to use the power.
Call in the energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Good reminder.
This question always, Grace. Hi, first of all, Grace. Thanks for being here, and I love this question. I always picture us as AIs.
Yeah.
Because we're here and we get these bodies that try to override our system, like our own. So we get put in these AIs to bring them life, right? And then the AI part of us tries to take over our spirit, our truth, our spirit truth, and we fight back to try to get into alignment with ourselves all the time, and to our true selves, and remember where we came from and all that, our whole life here, right? I always see my body as AI, and I can go in and rewire what I need to kind of maneuver it the way I need, like that. And but I digress. We'll read on this. Okay.
All right, I'll go out on a limb on this one here.
Thank you, Gina.
So with AI, I feel like with AI, there's always kind of been this negative connotation. It's like AI versus human, whatever. I think that this card might represent when I'm vibing on over here. I got the 3 of materials. I think it's all about integration with AI. It's to work with it, not so much against it. I mean, it's something. Okay, so AI is presumably created by us, but it can definitely be something where it can work for us and not against us. But like with anything, there's always going to be some element of a problem. Working at the kinks, right? That's inevitable. But I got the Page of Voices here. I think that's really trying to come to terms with what those kinks may be. I got the 7 of Emotions, Page of Materials. All these are making me feel more along the lines of, I think it can be what we make of it, if that makes any sense. So that's what I'm feeling with those 2 cards there. So it's not so much something to be feared. I think it's something to be mindful of and to respect the process of it. But I'm not feeling a whole lot of negative, but the potential's there is what I'm getting. Potential of it being negative is there.
What you said about, it's what we make of it underneath it, it's exactly that, because it doesn't have, to my knowledge, they're saying it's like it doesn't have the same consciousness. So in it, of course, the duality of it will be positive and negative. It will be both of that, but what will present is change. And so in some areas, I do get really great cards like the gift, the sacred space. So service, all the glitters. It's like it does have that shiny aspect to it. It will assist us in a different direction. And I feel like the pros will outweigh the cons of it, but not for some people, it will create that loneliness, the blame. So that's the realness of it. In that illusion I just heard, but they're very committed in advance. Like there just seems to be this commitment that I don't know if it's completely public, that they're really working on this intelligence. And so, yeah, time will tell. It's one of those things.
Yeah. So it's so funny. And I wrote this all down. So, so, the energy of all this came in together, and we're all on the same page here. it depends on the intention we put into it, right? So if you're putting fear into it, or that type of energy, fear, or people who are in charge of this, so people will, their intentions in using AI for whatever they're going to use it for, you're going to have just like you have in humans today. So so fear into it or love and light into it. What is the intention that's being placed into it? And so you're going to have that dichotomy. So the world's intention putting into it, you have the Five of Swords and the world right there, just backing up what they brought in as far as the messaging. I do feel, where did they go? At the same time. So anyway, so
the AI took them over.
The AI took them away. However, once it's kind of addressed and looked at and so forth, and people come together and collaborate and fix the human stuff to it that we've put in. It's not the AIs that we need to be afraid of. We need to be afraid of the humans that are doing this, right? It's not the AIs. But I do see, as it comes together, it could work lovely if we come together. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Lovers there. So, but there's gonna be a learning period to it.
Sorry, I had a phone call for Ariel.
Oh, did we both go at the same time?
Did we leave at the same time and come back?
Yes. I'm like, they're
I had a phone call.
They're conspiring together.
That's
I swear we didn't.
The wavelength is real, guys. That's funny.
We were just
Yes.
we were in the demonstration of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
I'm hoping that there will be ethics and guidelines. That you see how there are people who are not mature enough to handle this type of power, right? And what they put into it. So you can see some of that happening, but I can see a good outcome in regards to it once they work out those kinks. What do you have? JJ, did you get anything on this?
I sure did.
All right.
I don't want to agree with all of you, but this card agrees with all of you. Because this is, it is what you make of it. This person is stepping through, and the purple image looks crystalline like, but it's also a leaf. It has the leaf in the nature. And so when I looked at this card, I'm like, damn, they're right. Because I'm like, no AI, no. But this is, it's going to be what we make of it. And as a human species, I guess the question is, are we ready? Which comes to the meditation of journey through love. And the three words that Lisa came up with is activism, injustice, and love. So if we were to ask this question about AI, like, will that be of service to love? And will that be, will that help us with injustice? I wish that telepathy would come back first.
Right?
Oh, it is. It is.
It is. Okay. I would prefer that before AI.
Oh, yeah. No, it is. Telepathy is here. And we, as we kind of tune our channels to it, our frequencies to it, we all have that ability to recall that. And it's happening. We're being pushed in that direction. That's a great point. Yes. So I see that happening. Thank you, Gina posted Tuta Speaks website, and she does also have a channel. So it's time to put your prayer requests up, and so we can start those. And so everybody, I'm not going to be putting them up on the board, but everybody in the family, if you can, if you keep a note and I keep a note of it, Thank you. So we have the prayer requests that we can all intentionally shoulder or hold on to during JJ's journey to help bring intention, love, and light.
The takeaway there for me, and it's interesting, it came in at 111, is that it's opportunity to co-create. And so our participation in it gets to create that reality, if you will. So that's where I choose, because it agitates me. It does in my.
It is.
It does agitate me. I'm trying to keep my personal out of it for the most part, but it does agitate me. So in that share, it's like I get to be powerful in where I will place my energy into that. So co-create.
Well said.
Thanks, Jen.
Okay.
Sunny, Mark, Sweet and Salty, Ellen, Prairie Griffith, Desert Dawn, Chris, please take these prayers into your heart, everyone, as they're being posted. Grace, Denise, Annie, Core, Spirits Beyond, Genealogy Junkie, Joyous, Unspoken Prayers as well, Marvita, thank you. So those who are watching that don't place anything down, we do offer space for the unspoken prayers. Vivian, Big Head, Prince Charming's mom, Gigi by the Sea, thank you. Butterflies Are Free, Roxanne, Wayne, Teresa, hugs to you, thank you. Sharon Sipis sending prayers, thank you. Okay. And as they come in, it's all connected, guys. All right, so we're going to hand it on over to you, JJ. Christine, Anita.
Somebody's trying to print, and the printer's like right next to me. It's out of.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm like AI.
Totally.
And I'm like trying to turn it off, and it's
telepathically, let's turn it off.
Yeah, telepathically, let's.
It's spirits. Yeah, totally.
Sending it out.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole day, nobody's printing anything until. Yeah. Okay, so this is the
thank
this
you.
is the card for the prayers, and we were talking about action, and this person is doing a lot. Definitely putting the energy out there, but in a sacred, beautiful way. So I'm going to be concentrating on this. And my people, Tuta. You guys will hear for the new people, there'll be a language that comes out that's more of a sound healing. So if you just relax into it and open up your heart, it's a heart language, a light language. It's something you probably haven't heard before, but it comes through in a safe, protected way in this safe space for all of us. Calling my people close, calling your people, our people, asking them to come closer. And closer still, we're all meeting in this circle, around the world. So much going on right now in your lives. Like the earth is spinning too fast. This is our time to just take a moment for you and for me and for us, for the collective, just stopping right now and just releasing our day, just releasing our worries just for this moment, just dropping the things that we're holding. Kunano kakanayiwa yena tanoshtita. Panonako tanoshtita no kaiwa. Yena tanoshtita oshtita no kaiwa. Kinano nashtita. There's questions about injustices. Tano ka washtita. Why? Ona mashtita. Why is this happening? Kunana no kakanayiwa. And they just, our people just want us to remember kuna toshtita, that we are the lights. Tina tona tanoshtita, and to shine our lights for hope. Anona ko tanoshtita, for love. Tuna shtita no na kanaki tanoshtita. Yena tano kakana yewa. So as we stand in this circle, ko tanoshtita, around our planet, mawina tanoshtita, we also stand with our people that are out of the physical, our helpers, our helpers, our ancestors. Kano tanoshtita, yena tanoshtita. Somebody from off planet would see us standing there with our lights shining from our heart spaces and say, oh, look, it looks like Tano rings around Saturn. Tano na kanakita na yewa. Yena tanoshtita, the circle of light. Maui na kakoka. How beautiful. How soft, yet how strong. Kunato tanoshtita. And as we stand around in this circle, imagine this pillar of light in the middle of this circle. And you can dip your hands into this beautiful pillar of light. And you can put it on your body, anywhere where you feel any heartache. Tanunaka, this elixir. Tanoshtita, bathe yourself in this beautiful, bright light. Unanuna, kako tanoshtita yewa. Put it anywhere on your body that you have aches or pains. Panunama yewa, kotanoshtita. And see our hearts aligning with this pillar of light. It's charging us up as we charge it up. This never-ending spring of beautiful light. Seeing it in our third eyes, seeing it in our hearing, so we can hear the things that are whispers. The messages behind the messages. Listening to the birds. The messages they have for us. They work so hard on their flights from here and there to spread the messages. Seeing the birds flying through this pillar of light, charging themselves up, and just spreading this light all over. And we just look around this circle of people that are in the physical and out of the physical. the seen and the unseen world. Yena tanoshtita, seeing their love, sharing our energy. Do you have extra energy in your heart space for the people who have gone through a lot? Kotano kakokaye, holding them and supporting them. And in the middle, kotanoshtita, yena tanoshtita. In all seriousness, titanoshtita, put the people, your prayers in the middle of this circle and this pillar of light. Holding space for the prayers. Everybody put your things in the middle. Hearing and seeing it all. Hearing and seeing it all. Kotanuka. Yena tanoshtita. Yena tanuka yewa. Anuka. Unanaki. Breathing while we hold space. Tanuna. Yema. Oyewa. Just taking a moment, pano tanoshtita, to think of the people in our heart space, our loved ones, tuna tanoshtitayewa, maybe the people in our family that are having a hard time. Just sending some love out to those stories. Sending love out into the stories and the headlines and the current events. Love, love, love. Kuina nashtitano ka yena. Yena tanoshtita. Humans in the power they possess with their prayers, with their thoughts. Kutanoshtitano ka yewa. How may I be of service? Koewa. How may I be of service? And seeing this pillar of light, tano kakayewa, tina tanoshtita, it's radiating, kuna tanoshtita, it's in the middle of our circle, kuiwa no mayewa, but it's also expanding through us, takotanoshtita, into the planet, pushtita no kaye maye, tanoshtita yewa, tanonana kinashtita no kayewa, just love, love, Chutino Mabapako Tanoshtita, this beautiful vibration, this healing vibration, this resonance for ourselves, for humanity, for the collective, spreading it out throughout the planet. Tutanoshtita, touching the volcanoes. Yena Tana Tanoshtita, the fault lines. Yeta, yeta, Yena Tanoshtita, the creepy crawlers inside of the earth. Ayena tuna tanoshtita nakina tanoshtita yewa yewa. Everywhere. Kuna tanoshtita in the sky. Tutanoshtita on the surface. Yena tanoshtita in the earth. Katotanoshtita. All the places that are seen and unseen, felt and unfelt. Katotanunanagayewa. Yena tanoshtita. And you can place your hands on any part of the body that would like healing at this time. So you may be more of service. Kotanoshtita, aches and pains. Tao kitamashewa. Anunakayewa. Seeing us align with our healthiest sound, song, story. What is it that we would have to drop? Which burdens would we let go of? And seeing whatever is no longer of service to us in our body being disintegrated by this light. Tanunaki, any burdens, stories we've been holding on our shoulders that don't belong to us. Anonanaki tanoshtitanuka. Enananakata, yetatatanoshtitayewa, ayenata, becoming washed clean energetically in this beautiful light. Ayetanoshtita. And then seeing this pillar of light coming back through us, back into its pillar of light in between our circle,
Tano naka, yena tanoshtita, aye tano kayewa na kayewa. Being very thankful for the people that showed up today, the people that'll show up tomorrow, and the people that keep showing up, the doing, the doers. Oka shenana kina tanoshtita. If you fall down and skin up your knees, tato tanoshtita, one of us will come along and lift you up. Ato tamo kayewa. And so it is.
And so it is.
It's sunnier outside here.
You got some dots. You got some dots.
I do. It's the Matrix. It's the AI. They're scamming me.
Thank you, thank you, Tuta. Thank you, JJ. Powerful, as usual. I mean, I'm like just the yes bumps everywhere.
Yeah, they kind of added everything in there. They're like, in this and this. They're like, well, we're here. Let's do this.
Layers of love, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mute myself because my language flows when you're doing this. So I always mute myself. So I just let it go. And the reason I started laughing at the end, we literally said the same thing at the same time in the language. How can you even do that?
I don't know.
Anyway,
so,
it's probably why I can interpret some of these things, because I have a very similar language to yours that comes through. So that's so interesting. I can't even get over it right now, you guys. Anyway,
somebody asked what language it is, and it's a channeled language that emerged through my heart space. It's really not. It's kind of hard to explain what kind of language that is.
I just call it spirit language.
Yeah,
but it comes from a space of love and light, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, so beautiful. Speaking of the light, it was. I was in this scene, and it was the buildings had collapsed, and I was in this destruction and like in it, and I was searching, and I had my eyes open, and I still just couldn't see anything. And it was like they're inviting us to re-language the part about the darkness. And it's like this light aspect of, we actually don't need the darkness to see the light. And JJ, Tuta said about the part where other planets, they can see us like in our light, even in the dark times. And that's what the encouragement is, to be able to see it. So it's not to say that dark things won't happen, but it's like almost like this re-language invite. And in it came this, so then I started to see, and it just doesn't make sense, but I'm going to go with it, was the energy of this electric eel coming in. And I was like, okay, it's just for the light. And so what they made me write down was that as we bring in our ideas, we get to be in the creation of our own life. And so I think this goes in just any aspect that might call to you. So it's so funny because I don't have the confidence to speak this language, but yet I know that many of you are feeling that, like that emerge of this language. Let it out. Let it out. In that vibration and the love. It's so good. Thank you, Tuta.
Yeah.
So somebody said it in a really nice way. They said when they hear the language, they want to, it's almost like it's calling to them and they want to call back.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm trying to stay away from those lights.
Yeah.
They're like on my nose.
So in those of you who have been with Tuta over the past, I think you've been on a couple of years, JJ? Yeah. So those of you, you know that, and I say Tuta, it just over the spirit that's the language is coming through. Tuta can be both very gentle, but she also can be very blunt when she needs to. Or
the elder Tuta comes through. She's
So, but Tuta coming in today, yeah, she's very, she can be very, but today was meant to be very gentle for us because of where we are at in some healing issues. And I think Tuta spoke to this, but what I was to write down, what they told me to write down in regards to what she was showing me and saying, she took me into a space deep inside of us, you guys, and this is for the whole family. And she was being very gentle and showering, pouring from a beautiful pitcher of cleansing, very warm water, and just gently pouring the warm, gentle water over your heads. And like you would see someone doing for a child that just had experienced some violence, like a child shaken, beat up, traumatized, and this showering coming over this traumatized child. And this is all of you. This is inside you. Shaken up, beaten up, traumatized child, washing it away and allowing you to step into your wholeness and your power. So this was what was, this is what I was being shown was happening today. This washing, this gentle washing, stepping into your understanding of the power of you. Thank you. The power of you and of your frequency. So this is what she was bringing in at the end. She was guiding you into understanding the power of you and your frequency. This is coming in at the end, and love. Love heals all, and being in service to the collective and understanding that. So that's kind of what I heard. And
yeah, I love that Debbie gets the English version of my language. I don't even get the English. I get visions and feelings. Debbie it's like a ventriloquist thing we got going on.
And the interesting thing is I'm wondering, and that's why I was freaking out at the end, because I literally was here and I'm writing as I'm hearing, hearing the words. And I literally said the exact words you said in the language.
Yeah.
Now, you guys, you try it. You try to say what she's saying. Right?
I can't even. I'll try to sing to some of my recordings, and I'm like, wait, what?
What? Yeah, I can't. I can't either.
Yeah.
But in that moment, it came right. Yeah, it was weird. But anyways, that's why I'm wondering. I'm wondering if there's something there, JJ, with that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I love that. And I love that we all came together. There was definitely a different sound to the language. So I'm really thankful for the new people that showed up. You really are an important ingredient to this community. And I hope you come back.
Yes, Cheryl, thank you for that too. And so next week we are on Lisa's channel, correct?
We are.
Yeah, it'll be the dream stream.
Yeah.
All four of us will be there for that, and JJ will take us through a journey at the end of that live stream as well. So
yes, dream stream on Lisa's next week.
Next week, for sure.
Yep. And
you know what that means, Kevin?
What's that?
That I have it down for February 5th, which isn't that next Sunday? Isn't that when we're doing our healing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you are going into commercial now, guys. So get your notepads out so you can catch us on all our channels and stuff. So go ahead, JJ. Let us know about the healing thing that Kevin.
It's so funny because when I wrote it down, Kevin had the idea of, and I'll let him explain it. But when I wrote it down,
And I'm like, healing show, be in harmony. So I don't know if that's the name, be in harmony, but
it sounds beautiful to me. I didn't have it. So yeah, there we go.
I'll let Kevin explain. It was his
I like that.
I think I mentioned it. Yeah. Kim Copeland, JJ and myself will be doing as often as we can on Sunday. I think did we say 5:00 Pacific time?
You guys will just have to subscribe and hit the notifications.
And my day planner is in the other room, but we will be coming together, and it will be a different type of healing show in that we won't have a lot of conversation. It won't be individual in the aspect of like reading specific question or healing request. It will be for the collective, in the sense that we will have a little brief setup in the beginning, with the majority of the time in nice background music, which I've got the okay for, and worked it out so that we will have that. So you can tune in for 5 minutes of it, the 30 minutes of it. And then at the end, there will be, if there isn't, inspired speaking, we invite Tuta to speak in it as well. So the whole hour, if you will be a beautiful healing opportunity. So join us if you can. And that's what I have to say about it.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. And we will all be on our own perspective channels. I know, JJ, you're doing some more stuff in regards to being consistent.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Consistent, yet you just really have to do the notifications, because Spirit will be like, now, go do your mini readings now. And I'm like, okay.
So yeah, do that bell for sure on Tuta Speaks channel. So you can be alerted when she goes on. And we all offer private sessions. Please check that out on our websites.
Yeah.
And any other commercials, guys?
Thanks to all the moderators. Thanks for
yes.
the donations. It's helpful for our channels individually. So your support and generosity is always so kind. And we put the intention that in the receiving, that it goes back to you and then some. So just being in that flow of abundance, we're all a part of that. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you for those donations. Thank you for your support. Thank you to all the members that support us. That's what, and again, I know some people get tired of hearing this, but we are so grateful, and that we get, in part of sharing the energy of creating this community. And so the membership and the donations super help us to be here. Yeah. And also my cards, if anybody's interested in the Freebird Spirit Oracle deck.
Why don't I have those?
Yeah, why don't I have those?
Right.
Lisa, do you?
I have two.
Deck. It is the Lenormand system, but it also has 16 extra Oracle cards. I use them all together, adding to the Lenormand system. So you can read them just oracally, intuitively, or you can actually use the Lenormand system. Either way, and so these are those. So please feel free to visit my website and get yourself some of these. They're great. They're great. It has the I cleaned my desk. It has the words there on them, so it helps you with the meanings of. So if you do want to learn the Lenormand, there you go. So they all have words on them to help you with that.
I love it when the community, like Spirits Beyond the Stars says, as there was praying, I saw a white light pour down on the circle of people after I had seen two arms reaching around all of us that was lit up. Like, I love journeys.
And I love that you said that, because two things that came to mind when you were doing that for us, JJ, I felt cradled and supported.
Ooh.
Cradled and supported.
Yes, and that's exactly, yes. I love that. Anyways, you guys, love and light to all. We'll continue these prayers throughout the week. You can always step back into that energy at any time. Meet back in that circle, in that connection, anytime this week, and sit within that energy of love and light and wholeness and healing. So that being said, we love you. And we will see you on all of our perspective channels and next Sunday on the couch, on Lisa's couch. So love you guys. Love you all.
Bye, everyone.